Hustle family. So today I wanted to provide some books on love and self-love for Valentine's Day. And, you know, I work with a variety of clients around the world, and we combine and tailor intuitive guidance as well as positive psychology science. And um, in having done this work for a while, at the core of most people's challenges are a sense of identity crisis. And often that's rooted in the need for more self compassion and self love. So, one of the first books I want to mention is Self Compassion by Dr. Kristin Neff. And what's really great about this book is it covers her research over the years on this topic, and it also includes stories from clients of hers and her own story. But there are actually practical exercises and explorations to write in the book. She also has a workbook related to the same topic, and I just really think it's a terrific, well researched book and something that would benefit everyone. Another book that I really love is Loveability by my mentor and teacher, Dr. Robert Holden. I did a coach camp training with him and continue to follow his work. One of the things that's great about Dr. Robert Holden is not only is he a researcher and scientist, he's also a mystic and poet. And he really appeals to me because his work is grounded in positive psychology research on things like love, happiness, authentic success. But he also has courses on A Course in Miracles, and he's just a lovely person. He's based out of London. And this book in particular deals with topics of what holds us back from loving ourselves and loving others. Forgiveness being one of those things. So the ability to forgive ourselves, forgive others for our trespasses and our mistakes in life. And at the heart of lovability, the ability to love others, is the ability to love oneself and in our wholeness, and not to compartmentalize or demonize parts of ourselves or others. Another book that I really love is Flourish by Dr. Martin E.P. Seligman, and he is known as the father of positive psychology. He actually started his research and learned helplessness, where he would research clients and animals actually who believed they were stuck in situations. But that was incredibly depressing, and so thank goodness for all of us, he changed his field of research to learned optimism about 35 years ago. And he has continued to do cutting edge research and to teach as well at the University of Pennsylvania. And this book is sort of a culmination of all of his research for the past 30, 35 years. One of the ones that I like most is his gratitude studies, that he has an exercise called 3 Things That Went Well, where each evening you assess 3 things that went well during the day and why. And over the course of 21 days, you can actually reprogram your brain to be more optimistic. Another topic of study in this book is post-traumatic growth. We have often heard of post-traumatic stress disorder related to war and traumatic events such as rape or childhood abuse or other areas of trauma. But there's also something called post-traumatic growth, where we actually can become more resilient with trauma. And that's not to say we would wish that on anyone or ourselves, but it gives hope to know that just because you've had trauma does not mean you're permanently damaged and never going to recover. Quite the contrary. The more trauma a person has experienced, they can actually be a lot stronger and more resilient. So those are great books there. Another book for Valentine's Day in particular, The Science of Relationships. And this is an anthology of multiple articles on the topic of relationships. It's friendships all the way to partnerships and having children. It also explores polyamory and other relationships that are sort of more cutting edge these days, and different than the heteronormative relationships we often hear about in mainstream media. So this book is edited by Gary Lewandowski, Timothy Loving, Benjamin Lee, and Marci Gleason. Highly recommend this book, The Science of Relationships. For a book that's more personal, if you are looking for a partner or partners in your life, Calling in the One by Katharine Woodward Thomas is an excellent book. It's a workbook as well as a study of what works in relationships. And she claims 7 weeks to attract the love of your life. And of course, it all starts with self-exploration. So it starts with our expectations based in childhood, based in our relationships with our parents or our caregivers, and then explores what it is we really want in a relationship or what it is we're seeking. So this is for somebody who really is looking for a long-term partnership, a relationship that's stable and steady. And, they show on the cover woman and man, but it's definitely applicable to lesbian and gay, bisexual partners as well. And then the final book I wanted to share is Byron Katie's classic, Loving What Is. This book, I think of it not so much as a guide for relationships as much as it is a perspective on how we frame things in our reality and how we really can transform our lives by understanding how we project parts of ourselves onto others and others project parts of themselves onto us. And it really gives you a full understanding of our interrelationships, our interconnectedness. I think it's a terrific book. It's 4 questions that can change your life. So there we go. I will go ahead and post links at the bottom of this video, at the bottom of this this topic, and if you're interested in learning more about that, definitely check out these authors and check out others that that may be corresponding to your particular interest. All right, I hope you guys have a beautiful day, beautiful Valentine's Day, whether you're partnered or not, and much aloha.